Is this not the coolest RC helicopter you ever seen? And the best part, I promise you, this is actually easier to fly than an RC drone. That's because this thing is packed with technology. Now, I did review a similar helicopter to this. It was a different color and it didn't have GPS, but it was an Apache and it was from the same company, which is right there on the remote. I will embarrass myself completely if I try to say that name, but they do make amazing helicopters. Now, as cool as this thing is, the remote is also packed with features.
Powering the main blades is going to be a 540 kV motor, and powering the tail rotor is going to be a 5500 kV motor partnered with a new 4-blade propeller, which is going to make this quieter than previous GPS models. We also have all metal servos, and on the bottom, even though we have GPS, we have an OptiFlow positioning sensor, which is going to help us avoid some obstacles. The case the helicopter comes in doubles as a carrying case and is extremely high quality. Right here you see we have the instructions, and I do want to note that the foam that this case is made of is extremely soft and it's going to protect your investment very well. Now on the transmitter you see we have these little adapters here that go on for when you're transporting it so the sticks don't get damaged. To the left we're going to have our charger, and up here is where the charge adapter would be along with the 2 batteries, but mine are currently charging during this video from my regular charger. We also have an FPV camera, which I'm going to talk about later in the video. Now this does come with some spare parts like a tail rotor, and you're going to see up top we have the main rotor. There's also 2 extra rubber wheels. You have a little screwdriver and a set of screws. One of the things that makes this so scale is that it does have a full ordnance package and it's quick release. Not that you need to take it off, because once it's on the helicopter does fit just fine going back in the case, which is very nice.
All in, just an amazing helicopter. Now this thing runs at 1800 milliamp 3S pack. They're smart packs on the bottom of the helicopter. They clip in. The only problem that I have with these is that it comes with 1 gun and the gun has to screw in, which means our other battery, which is in my pocket right here, is not going to have a gun. So I think they should either make that quick release or, guys, just offer another gun, because it's too cool not to fly this thing without it. Now to take the battery out, you just squeeze these clips right here and it pops out. Now I'm holding a helicopter a little funny because we are filming, but I promise you it's a lot easier to get out than I just made that look. Sliding it in, same thing, just as easy. Squeeze those clips and that's it. Now let me tell you about the remote real quick. So we're going to power this on, and then we're going to power on the helicopter. Now to power that on, you just push it, hold it. Now it is a smart battery, so we're going to have LEDs to tell us how much battery juice we have, but we also have on the screen here, I'm going to use the blade as a pointer. That is our helicopter battery voltage. That's our remote battery voltage. This actually works. The compass actually works. We're going to have the speed of the helicopter, the height of the helicopter, and how far away, the distance of the helicopter, how far away the helicopter is going to be from us. Now also on the screen, can you see the screen from the camera or no? Is there too much of a glare? Well, I could also jump screen, so I'm going to explain it right here. We're going to have on the remote, all right? So we have an auto land feature, right? If you push that, the helicopter is automatically going to land. Our mode button here, if we push that when we're above 30 meters and we go any way with these sticks, the helicopter is going to auto go inverted. Super cool. On the right, we have our low visibility mode, which I'll show you on the helicopter. It actually has a sensor that can sense how high and if there's any obstacles underneath us. We're going to have GPS mode, which is the main one we're going to fly in today. This thing essentially is going to be able to fight wind, which is a beautiful thing, great for beginners. And then we have a return to home function. So if you're flying away and you don't know where you are, you hit that, this helicopter is coming back home. Now lock our rotors, unlock our rotors. We have auto mode, which means that you could fly this thing like a typical helicopter. Auto mode is going to be a GPS mode where it's holding its position. Manual mode is where you're going to have full control and be able to fly this thing like a helicopter. Now over here, you're going to have flight modes. Figure 8, if you hit that while you're in flight and let go of all the sticks, the helicopter is automatically going to fly a figure 8 pattern. Same thing here. If you go down, it's going to automatically fly a circle. So let's see, on the screen, it tells us we have 7 signals, 7 GPS signals. I believe we need like 10 to take off. So let's give this a second. We'll see if we get some more, and we're going to take off. You see, we have 10 GPS signals, so that should be good. We are in GPS mode. We're going to unlock our rotors. We are going to go both sticks down to the left and to the right. So that's going to start our blades. Let it spool up, and we're going to lift. Oh, that thing got up quick. Now this is my first official flight with this one. So I just want to show you guys kind of what my hands do. So we don't have GPS locked just yet because it's still drifting. So give it a second. 12, 13 signals. Should be good now. Let's see. While I'm in GPS mode, that's our rudder. We got left rudder. We got right rudder. We got forward. We got backwards. We got left. And we got right. I'm going to keep it low for a second and just kind of fly it around like a helicopter. Super scale looking, super cool. Guys, it's windy out here. It is raining right now. I have full confidence in this thing with GPS. These helicopters are able to fly in heavy, heavy winds. I've actually hit these things with leaf blowers with no issue. And the reason I'm going to say that they're easier to fly than RC drones, because a lot of you guys are going to be like, there's no way a helicopter is easier to fly than a drone. It has the same exact technology that a drone does. And the only difference is that when you're flying a drone, you rely on the lights for your orientation, where this helicopter, it looks like a helicopter. So you're never really going to forget your orientation. So let's go up, feel it out a little bit. Show you some of the cool modes this thing has. Now let's see, on the remote we are at 33 meters. So here's what I'm going to do. We're going to go inverted. Actually, let me go a little bit forward so Cheyenne's not breaking her neck while she's filming. Now remember guys, I said it is windy out here. I'm not making that up. So I'm going to hit the mode button and we're going to go right with the right stick. Now we're inverted. See that? It's automatically flying inverted. I'm going to hit the mode button again. We'll go up and it comes back. So that's that mode. Very cool. Now on this left stick, remember I said figure eight or a circle? I'm going to do it up high. Let me actually go a little bit forward. That way again, she's not breaking her neck while she's filming. Watch this guys. So I'm going to hit figure eight mode. Boom. And I could actually put the remote down, but I'm going to hold it. Now this helicopter is automatically going to fly that pattern. So essentially, like if I'm filming with two helicopters, I could bring this one out, hit figure eight mode, put the remote down, just let this thing fly around, and I could bring another helicopter out and fly around this one. So I'm by myself flying two helicopters, which is super cool. To cancel it out, just hit any stick and you regain control. Now watch, I'm going to do it with the circle. So hit the switch, automatically going to bring it itself. Now what I like about it is the way it circles, it keeps the nose in. So if you're low to the floor, like at the field, and you wanted to circle yourself with the camera on the front of it, you're going to be able to film yourself, which is super cool. Now, I would do this a lot lower, but I'll probably end up hitting some trees in my backyard, and I don't want to do that. Now, I'm going to cancel this out again. And I want to show you the auto land feature. So I'm going to fly away from myself, bringing that thing away, say like kind of above the tree line there where, you know, you almost wouldn't see it. We're going to hit return to home. Now, I don't know if you could show the trees, but the wind's blowing right now, guys. This thing is definitely fighting the wind. It's probably way windier than I would ever fly like a smaller RC airplane out here. Now, it's supposed to land within, I don't know, 15 feet of where you took off. So I took off dead center of my patio, and it honestly looks like it's going to land pretty close to exactly where I took off. I'm definitely going to cancel it out because there's a golden retriever right on the helipad. And I'm canceling that. We're back in GPS mode. Now I'm going to bring it low. And we're going to go in auto mode, or manual mode rather. So I'm going manual mode. Now you see how it kind of drifts a little bit? That's because the wind's playing a factor. But in manual mode, you're going to have a lot more speed. You're going to have a lot more control of the helicopter to fly it, you know, like an RC helicopter should. So this is like essentially like one of those helicopters. It's a learning curve. You could fly it in GPS mode like a drone, but if you're interested in becoming a hobbyist and actually flying a RC helicopter, then you fly it in manual mode and you really figure out how to fly it. Now you can't shut off the gyro, meaning like you're not going to be able to fly this like a 3D helicopter, but that's all right because you know what? I'm going to say this is the ultimate beginner helicopter. Let me say, it is beautiful too. Those lights are super bright. It's all in a cool helicopter. So we're going back into auto mode. And you see it, the GPS just kind of locks in. Now guys, I could put the remote down. Cheyenne, show me real quick. I'm right here. Helicopter's over there, remote's on the table. I have full confidence that this thing is gonna hold exactly where it needs to hold. Bring it close to her so she can get a good look at it. Look how beautiful that thing is. Now they do make these in other kinds, and I'll leave those links below, man. If you guys are interested in the GPS Blackhawk, or I forget the other one. But you know, so far I think there's 3 different kinds. My opinion, this Apache is the best looking one. It's also the biggest with the most durable landing gear, and that's a big plus. Now I've been in the air for a decent amount of time, and we've only lost 1 notch on our battery. So when we're talking flight times, you're gonna be able to get a good amount of flight time on this. In the box, this thing also comes with a FPV camera. Now, I got yelled at for the last video because I said I was gonna make an FPV video. The issue with the FPV camera that it comes with is that it's analog. And yes, I have Fat Shark goggles, but the issue is I don't have the goggles set up where I can record and show you guys the footage. Now, somebody said put a, I don't know, a memory card in it. My goggles don't have that option. So I may end up figuring out a way to strap a digital camera to this with a VTX on it somewhere. That way I could use my DJI goggles and show you guys that footage. But yeah, so if you do have analog goggles like Fat Sharks, this does come with the FPV camera, so you will be able to fly this thing FPV. Just a cool thing, man. You know, I don't know too many people that are flying that way, but it's a nice option to have. In my opinion, when you have something that looks this good, you want to watch it from the floor. It just really is. It's beautiful. Now let's go full power up, right? I'm just going to knock full power, show you the climb. Decent climb. Not like a crazy, crazy powerful climb. And it just stopped itself. Why is that? Oh, you know what? I'm not in GPS. Oh, I am in GPS mode. Why did it stop itself? Auto, GPS. All right, let's bring it down. Now let me show you high and low rates, because it also has high and low rates on this remote. Now I just flew it exactly how it came out of the box. You know, I didn't read the manual, I didn't do anything, I just kind of sent it. So we are in low rate right now. So that's low rate, right? Still pretty fast in low rate. Now let's hit high rate and see what it does in high rate. Yeah, it's a lot faster in high rate. You can see the pitch of the helicopter, just kind of, you know, it's a lot more. Now that light up top is blinking red, so that probably has something to do with why we can't go higher than we're going right now. Just looking at the remote. So I'm in GPS mode. I'm in auto mode. Oh, it's our battery. Our battery is, I guess it's a certain percentage.
You've been up for 10 minutes.
Trying to land itself. It's auto landing right now. I'm not holding the remote. You know, that's weird because it says we have 50% on this. So that would explain why it wasn't letting us go a certain height. So that's funny. I mean, not a bad feature though, right? When your battery's low, it's automatically going to limit how high you go. Let me verify that that's actually what was happening here, because I do have my other battery in the pocket. Now, how long were we in the air for? Do you know? 10 minutes. So that was a 10-minute flight. That's pretty good. Shut the remote off. Turn the remote back on. Slide our new battery in. Power up. Power up. Gotta hold it longer. There you go. Now we're in. Guys, look at the lights on this thing. So this right here is going to be your go-to guide. Everything on here, this light is going to tell you exactly what's going on with the helicopter. So it still says we have 19 GPS signals. That's a plus. Let's get this thing back in the air. All right. Both sticks out. Come here. I'm going right up. Yep, that was our problem. Low battery. So when your battery's getting low, it's not going to let you go a certain height. Now, guys, as I said, man, it is windy out here. I'm perfectly comfortable flying this thing above the tree line. You see it, it's a helicopter. You're not going to lose orientation. You know exactly which way this thing is at all times. Like I said, with a drone, you know, you rely on those lights to tell you your orientation because it's 4 blades. Helicopter, you know, a little bit different. You know which way you are at all times. This thing is super cool. I know I keep saying it, but I'm obsessed with helicopters lately. You're going to see me reviewing a lot more helicopters. Some GPS, some non-GPS. I fly 3D helis a little bit, so I'll be doing some 3D stuff with some helicopters. And all in, just enjoying these things, man. I like all things RC. If it's planes, cars, boats, trucks, doesn't matter to me. Even construction vehicles. If it's powered by a remote control, I'm playing with it. But this thing's getting a good rating from me because of how cool it looks, how easy it is to fly. High rates, low rates, GPS mode, auto mode, manual mode, just a ton of modes. Auto flight modes. Let me try to do that circle mode low. Let's see if it's going to hit a tree or not. So I hit it. Oh, I was close to the remote just in case. Look at that thing. Fighting the wind. Yeah. Oh, that's so cool. Guys, look at my hands on the screen. I'm not touching the remote right now. I love it. I love it. It's amazing to me how they could put a flight controller in these tiny, tiny helicopters. So you hear that bopping sound? That's the helicopter fighting the wind. Shad, just turn to the right and look at the trees up top. Show them those trees moving. Up top, all the way to the right, in the neighbor's yard. Look at those trees moving. Like, it is a windy day right now. All right, let's bring this thing in for a land. Guys, I'm going to show you, I'm going to let it auto land here. Actually, you know what? Let's go up high. I'm going to let it auto land. I'm not going to do return to home. So remember, this switch right here, if you hit it down, it's auto land. I'm not touching nothing. It's going to bring itself in. Oh, is that also return to home?
You're gonna hit the roof. Yeah, you're gonna.
It's using the LiDAR. I gotta be honest. That was pretty close. You ready?
She's over you. So am I.
These things get a big plus from me. Now, they are a little bit on the expensive side, but you're getting a lot of technology for your money. So, GPS helicopter that anybody can fly, remote helicopter, 2 batteries, the case that I showed you guys in the beginning. I'm not exactly sure of the price, and I don't even want to say it on the screen because Banggood a lot of times fluctuates the prices with sales and stuff like that. But I will leave the link to this down below with a discount code. I'll also leave the link to the other GPS helicopters if you guys are interested in checking that out. And as always, guys, appreciate you watching. Till next time.